31 teams in Indiana call boys volleyball a sanctioned sport. Tonight, we recognize the final two. Number one, the Roncalli Royals versus the number 2, Fishers Tigers. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be back here from Southport Fieldhouse for the 2021 IBVCA State Championship match.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Southport Fieldhouse for tonight's contest of the 2021 IBVCA State Championship. I'm Andrew Foley, your play-by-play commentator. Alongside me, John Harmon, 3-time IBVCA State Champion coach. Coach, we've got an incredible matchup, something people probably predicted at the start of the season. Did not come without many great matches throughout the year. But the Roncalli Royals looking to win their second state championship.
Yeah, it's been a great matchup. It's been a fierce rivalry between these two teams. They've met previously in the state tournament, so they've had a great history, and it's going to be a great match tonight.
On the home team, home side of the scoreboard will be the Roncalli Royals, and introducing their starting lineup tonight is going to be coached by John Kesterson. John is entering his 6th year as a Roncalli coach. Then you have number 5, senior Ryan Shanahan on the outside. Number 7, Thomas Tenbarge in the middle. Also another senior. Junior John Kesterson, who is a senior opposite attacker, number 9. Number 13, senior Will Bikes will be starting the setting offense for the Royals. Number 17, Luke Island as a libero. Number 27, outside junior Brendan Lethane. And 33, Sean Haberthy. Number 1, Keegan Hurst for the Tigers, back to serve. Roncalli insists some tip over. Defensive play by Max Hoffman. Aaron Hernandez from the back row just goes outside, and first blood for Roncalli Royals.
Yeah, you'll see a heavy dose of back row attacking out of Hernandez tonight. He's normally a setter for the team, but is transitioning to the hitting role to provide some more offense.
And the technical defending state champions, the 2019 Fisher Tigers, have dropped one in-state match to Roncalli on April 27th, and they are the away team on the scoreboard, and that's a nice swing by number 23, Eli Buckler, on the outside. The starting rotation for the Fisher Tigers, number 1, Keegan Hurst, the senior outside attacker, running the offense. Number 2, senior Frankie Capo. Cole Moritz, a junior middle blocker, number 5 for the Fishers Tigers, along with number 9 Ball State commit Aaron Hernandez. 21 Zach Lewis is also on the starting rotation with number 23 Eli Buckler and the libero, a senior Max Hoffman. Buckler back to serve for the Tigers. Meyer, the defensive specialist, in system play. Kesterson tipped. Tigers with an opportunity, blocked, but covered by Fishers. Buckler from the back row clips a tape. Opportunity for the Royals. A free ball sent over. Buckler with the pass. Moritz tip. Setter with the defensive play. Lethane outside kill, but a dig by Max Hoffman in left back. And here's another opportunity for Lethane. An easy roll shot. Here's an opportunity. Hernandez blocked by the Roncalli Royals.
You're going to see a strong commit block on Aaron when he's in the front row. You saw 2 blockers up, and that'll be a consistent theme throughout the night.
2-2 early on in the opening set of this state championship match. Luke Island back to serve. Hurst within system. Hernandez running the middle attack on the 2-ball. Lethane, another opportunity tip. Frankie beats the block with a setter dump, 3-2 Fishers.
It's been an effective weapon for Fishers throughout the season. Frankie's a crafty guy, so he'll go up, and if the opportunity is there, he'll take advantage.
Capo back to serve for the Tigers. Insistent pass by Meyer for the Royals. Lethane again. Gets Keegan Hurst to shank the defensive play, 3-3.
Serve receive is going to play a critical role in this match. The team that's able to control first contact has a decided advantage.
This is going to bring sophomore setter Andrew Dial back to serve for the Roncalli Royals. Dial playing in his first state championship match. Lewis with the roll shot. Dial going out to Lethane again, and early on, we're seeing Lethane being the heavy priority for the Royals.
Yeah, he's been a producer all season for them, had a great club season, and that's transitioned directly into his high school career.
4-3, Roncalli up, Andrew Dial back to serve. In-system pass by Hoffman. Capo tries to get the ball to sophomore Zach Lewis, who tips it into the center of the net.
You're going to see their middles for Fishers. They run a lot of what we call pushers or 31s, where they're hitting basically left of center of the court. Puts a lot of pressure on the middle blocker to get out and cover that block and be able to cover the right side attack.
Hurst again, a little too tight for the middle opportunity for Cole Moritz, and now Royals go on a 6-3 lead here. This is a 4-point run. Dial again back to serve for the Roncalli Royals. Float serve, Hurst out of system play. Hernandez had nothing to do with that ball and had to tip it back into the Fisher area. And it's going to be an early timeout for Coach Capo and the defending state champs.
Yeah, they're a little unsettled at this point in time, and it has to do with that ball control we talked about. They're not really able to establish their system and run clean offense. So as a result of that, when you have a team that's defensively as solid as Roncalli, that's going to present problems for Fishers.
So leading up into this matchup here with Roncalli and Fishers, what do you see as the most interesting matchup between the two teams? What are the teams going to have to do to focus on trying to get the edge over someone they've seen 4 previous times?
I think Fishers is going to have to pass exceptionally well. Obviously, there's been a little change to their offensive flow. Senior opposite Henry DeFore is not playing today, at least not at this point, due to some injury. So they've had to kind of change their offense, and as a result of that, they're running kind of a 3-middle. At least that's what it looks like, 3-middle offense. So their middles are going to have to be productive, but in order for that to happen, they're going to have to pass well.
Dial again, Hurst and system. Capo to Lewis, who finds the back corner and ends the run for Roncalli.
On cue. That is going to be a consistent need for Fishers in order for them to be consistent. Otherwise, Roncalli is just going to load up on Aaron Hernandez the entire day.
Back to serve for Fishers will be senior number 28, Nate Heffron. Nate with a deep serve. Meyer uses the insist. Haberthy responds with his own middle kill.
Yeah, Haberthy's a force to be reckoned with. Roncalli passes well. You should expect him to have a big game.
This takes junior leader outside. Brendan Lethane back to serve. 8-4 Royals. Lethane, Hoffman in system. Lewis again with the tip, and this is going to find the hardwood.
Yeah, there's that 31 we were talking about. Forces that middle to shift over, and if he commits early, then the setter can go back to his opposite hitter. So nice job by Zach Lewis.
Hernandez back to serve again committed to Ball State. Will be joining the Cardinals in the year 2021, 2022. Whitmer with the deep roll shot in system. Lewis tips again. And an out-of-system play results in a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, Lewis only a sophomore and showing a lot of poise and a high volleyball IQ to recognize he needed to change his shot and still get a great result.
Hernandez again back to serve. Shanahan with the in-system pass. Haberthy tipped and Buckler with the block. And it's going to convert into another point, and now the Tigers are going on their own little run to a 3-1 run here.
Well, when Aaron steps back to the service line, that usually presents problems. He brings a heavy topspin. Let's see how the Royals handle it.
Island in-system pass. Shanahan on the outside cut, and just got really former defensive specialist, but the setter, Frankie Capo, kind of off guard there.
Yeah, that ball deflected at a kind of a strange angle off the block. So.
Sean Haberthy, deep float serve. Zach Lewis, deep shot in the back right corner. Lethane setting the ball up to Whitmer. Whitmer, easy roll shot. Capo with the center defensive play. Another out-of-system swing for Zach Lewis. And they're going to have a ball handling violation, double contact for the Roncalli Royals. Coach, we've been talking a lot about in-system, out-of-system. I think that talks kind of goes into your point about that pass. What's the difference between the two styles?
Well, in system is a definition that's kind of vague, but for each team it's different. It depends on the capability of the setter. For example, that pass was out 7 or 8 feet off of the net, and he tried to run the middle, but it was a little bit difficult. We're trying to establish first tempo in the middle, which really forces the opposing middle to clamp down on blocking that middle. So anytime that pass is close to the net, that's considered in system. When a pass is 8, 9, 10 feet off the net, that's really kind of a normal out-of-system set.
Whitmer catches the outside hand of the outside block of Keegan Hurst, and that's going to end Fisher's run, who's really done a nice job getting themselves back into this state championship match. Royals lead 10-9. They won the battle to 10. The IBVCA state championship will be a best-of-5 contest. The first 4 sets, a 4th set if needed, will be played at 25, and if a 5th and decisive set is needed, then they will play that one to 15. Each set win by 2, and a net violation for Roncalli, and we're back to 10-10. Hurst back to serve. Fishers has done a nice job rallying back from an early 7-3 deficit. A 7-3 run for the Tigers. Island. Pass going to the right side of Shanahan, and a reached block by Cole Moritz, and the ball just ricochets going wide, 11-10.
Yeah, you'll see some additional players for Fishers that have played substantial minutes on varsity. They weren't necessarily starters. Nate Heffron being one of them.
Andrew Meyer back to serve the sophomore, deep and long. That is going to knock this back up at 11-11.
We always talk about teams wanting to win the battle of first contact. So having an efficient and aggressive serve, and then also an efficient and in-system serve receive.
Buckler, nice pass by the libero, and Brendan Lefane with an impressive cross-court swing.
That was a quick go ball tempo to the outside, and he really cut that nicely around the block.
Brendan Lefane, early 4 kills for the Royals. And now you have senior libero Luke Island back to serve. Hurst going to the outside. Aaron Hernandez tight. Tips it deep, and another opportunity, and Lefane just finds a way to beat the block to Frankie Capo.
Yeah, that was, again, another quick ball to the pin. A little tight. Both sets for both outside hitters were tight to the net. Lefane able to capitalize.
Island. An aggressive serve, and it's going to fall as an ace for the Tigers, 14-11. And, Coach, we're seeing the same rotation that the Roncalli Royals went on that run early on in the first set as we are seeing them go on this 3-0 run.
Yeah, it's a big front row up there. Sean, Brennan, and John Cashman, son of the coach. All powerful hitters. Great defense behind them. Generally leads to runs.
That's going to bring Island back to serve again, 14-11. Roncalli Royals playing in the white jersey with the red libero, and the Fishers Tigers are playing in the red jersey with the gray libero and a scrappy defensive play. Royals with an opportunity. Lefane, cross-court shot. Hernandez with the dig, and Frankie tips that ball wide.
You see a little frustration in Frankie grabbing the net, but trust me, that young man will be back. He's tough in character. He's got a great mindset.
Island again, deep serve, and another ace for Island. And this is going to be a 5-0 run for the Roncalli Royals as they lead 16-11.
At this point, you're seeing the absence of Frankie back there passing is creating problems for Fishers.
Opportunity again. Hernandez was able to beat around the block and caught the ball in between the defense of suitors of Andrew Meyer and Luke Island.
Aaron's an effective hitter in the front row. You know, he's been a setter his whole entire career, but he's got such great vertical. His point of contact so high that he's hard to stop when he's insistent.
Capo, Lefane running the middle again. and he is just early dominating for the Roncalli Royals.
Yeah, they ran a nice X2 there. Sean drew the block in the middle. Brendan came in right behind that for a nice crossing pattern, and Fishers was kind of caught watching. Fishers will do the same thing. They'll run that same play, and so you got to pay attention, eye sequence well, and track your hitters.
Dial get back to serve. Lewis miss hit on the miss set, and they're going to call 4 contacts on that.
That was a great follow by Aaron, but unfortunately Zach kind of grazed that. So
back to serve again, Andrew Dial. A deep float serve. Hurst in system pass. Capo to Hernandez, and Hernandez answers with a kill cross court. A much needed kill for Fishers as they are losing the offensive battle.
that was the point of transitioning out there. I can only imagine what Coach Capo was thinking, but I'm sure he knew he needed additional offense, and Aaron certainly could provide that.
Nate Heffron back to serve, 18-13 Roncalli. Float serve, an opportunity for the Royals out of system. Whitmer into the block, covered by Roncalli. And a free ball opportunity for the Tigers. Frankie, Zach Lewis, Meyer with the dig in system, and Whitmer into the block, but another coverage play and a big at-net battle between Haberthy and Lewis. Hernandez deep down the line. Dig for Roncalli. Whitmer, opportunity for the Tigers. Frankie to Hurst. Hurst gets the deep cross-court shot and a net violation as well. Roncalli, another point for the Tigers.
Well, this is shaping up to be a battle. Both these teams earned the right to be here, and that's going to show throughout the competition today.
Heffron back to serve again. Another opportunity for the Royals. Lethane. Capo with the dig. Lewis with the battle at the net with Lethane. Another opportunity. Tip with Heffron with the dig. Capo, Hernandez. Hernandez found the outside block.
That was a great redirect by setter Frankie Capo. Had a couple battles right there at the net on the left side of Fisher's net. Kind of drew the defense over, and then he redirected the ball to the right side for Aaron.
Heffron opportunity. Island with the pass. Lethane again, but found the block of Zach Lewis and Aaron Hernandez. 18-16. A crafty offense again for Roncalli. Heffron was the one who got another big run for the Tigers early on. Hernandez, dig. Capo to Hernandez. Hernandez down the line, and 18-17. And, Coach, we're seeing a great battle between Aaron and Brendan Lethane.
Yeah, you have two high flyers, really competitive young men who can get up and terminate the ball.
Heffron again, 18-17. Fishers was once down 18-13. And that serve just goes long. Roncalli gets a little bit of breathing room, but now Lethane in the backcourt. Lethane, Heffron with the pass. Capo going out to Hurst. Hurst into the block. Haberthy with a nice block by Roncalli. 2017.
Yeah, at 6'6", Sean presents a formidable block. You got to make sure if you're a hitter, you're seeing what's available in front of you and taking it.
Lethane, deep float serve. Hurst with the pass, tight pass. Capo saves it, and Aaron finds a joust with Shanahan. And that's going to be an attacking error, Brendan Lethane. 2018, that's going to bring the Ball State commit Aaron Hernandez back to serve.
This is a rotation that traditionally Fishers has been able to score some points in.
Buckler, Hurst, Lewis is your front court for the Tigers. Hernandez. Shanahan chases that ball down, could not get it back in. 2019.
Yeah, again, the battle of first contact is paramount to determining who's going to succeed. Aaron certainly presents a problem with his powerful jump top. Hernandez
back to serve. Island with a good pass there. Shanahan on the outside, over the block. Capo with the dig, hits the scoreboard, so they're going to get a chance to send this over. Island with the pass. Haberthy in the middle. And Haberthy was able to squeeze it past the big block of Buckler and Lewis to fall for a Royal point.
That set was a little low, and Sean did a nice job adjusting his contact point to drive the ball as opposed to hitting the ball down. So, excellent adjustment on Sean's part.
21-19. Haberthy, that serve also long. Couple service errors for Royals coming in the back half of this set.
Yeah, critical timing for those errors, so they need to clean that up. Again, we want to minimize unforced errors.
This is going to bring the libero Max Hoffman back to serve. 21-20. The number 1 team leads the defending state champions, and another missed serve. That one finding the center of the net.
Well, these kids are, they're playing with a lot of pressure right now. They're in a state championship match, so they'll feel it. They'll settle in, do a nice rhythm, and we'll see those errors diminish.
Center Will Bikes back to serve. 22-20. Hernandez, back row attack for him, finds the back of the court, a good swing by Aaron to bail the Tigers out.
Missed an opportunity there for a 3-person block, created a lot of opening for Aaron, so as hard as he hits, if he has openings, that's going to be hard to do.
Hurst back to serve, 22-21. Island with the pass. Tenbarge gets an opportunity. Hoffman with the dig. Capo goes to Buckler on the outside, who finds the hardwood here at Southport Fieldhouse, and it is 22-22, a game to 3.
Yeah, Eli's probably an X factor. He normally is a middle for him, but you're going to see him hitting a couple different spots across the front row, and that gives him, his senior status gives him the ability to produce at all 3 positions.
Hurst again, 22-22. Island in system pass. Shanahan was able to get between the block. That was just a lack of penetration at the net, Coach.
Yeah, when blockers are up, the key is not how high do you block, but how close can you close contact to the ball. You're going to reach over that net and eliminate the ability to have blocking errors.
Andrew Meyer, the sophomore, missed his last serve. This one in system. Capo going to Buckler. Buckler roll shot. Bikes with a great defensive play. And here's Brendan Lethane off the block. Hernandez gets the dig. An opportunity. Back row attack again. Easy roll shot. Roncalli gets a dig into the net and has another opportunity to defend. Hurst, Capo, Buckler on the outside off the block. Island with the dig. Lethane on the outside. Deep shot. Hoffman uses his shoulder. And here come the Royals again. Kesterson with the roll shot. Capo, Hernandez. Hernandez found the back corner, and it's going to be 23-23.
As I said earlier in the match, you're going to see a heavy dose of him swinging out of the back row. If you take a look, there was only 1 block up. He only had Sean up there. All 3 blockers have to be up on that.
Buckler, Island, opportunity. Lethane! This shot is just going to go wide. And it's the same shot we saw him score early on, but just out by inches. And Fishers, for the first time since 1-0, has a lead, and it's 24-23 set point.
Yeah, that was a great cut shot by Brendan, just a little long. He'll adjust that. Good swing, but the set again was a little tight. That's trouble for a hitter when you trap him into the net.
At one point, this was an 18-13 lead for Roncalli. And Fishers is on an 11-4 run here, try and close out the opening set here after 11-5 run for the Tigers.
These are veteran-led and experienced teams, so they're not going to panic, irregardless of the outcome of the first set. They understand this is a 5-set match, and they're going to fight regardless of the outcome of this set.
And 2 of the more dominating teams in the state. In fact, neither team has lost to anyone else besides each other. This is a rematch of the 2019 state championship match. Buckler, Island, going out to Lethane on the outside tip. Buckler with the dig, a pursuit ball. And here's a free ball opportunity. Tenbarge tipped off the block. Buckler with the dig. Capo, Hernandez. Hernandez puts the opening set away with the kill down the line. And Fishers really had to rally in that set and may not have been the better team throughout the set, but was the one that gets the first set lead.
That was interesting block decision. I thought they were committing on him, but Aaron still managed to get that ball down the line.
And the Fisher Tiger, number 2 in the state, takes the opening set, 25-23. Coach, like you said, we're in for a battle here for the 2021 IBVCA State Championship. We'll be right back from Southport Fieldhouse for this matchup.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Oh, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Southport Fieldhouse, the site for the 2021 IBVCA State Championship. The number 2 Fisher Tigers takes the opening set 25-23 over the top-ranked Roncalli Royals. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Andrew Fuller. Alongside me, Hamilton Southeastern head coach, 3-time state champion head coach with Carmel Greyhounds. And kind of like you said, this was a battle from the start, and where it looked like Roncalli was going to run away with the opening set, Fishers did a really nice job on staying confident and getting back into it.
Yeah, when it comes down to both teams being veteran-led teams, battle-tested. So you're going to see resilience in both of them, and no one's going to panic. I think the difference there was I thought Roncalli's serve receive was better overall, except when Hernandez was serving. The difference is that Fishers was able to handle a lot of out-of-system balls because we've got Aaron swinging out of the back row. So that negates the problem of an out-of-system ball when you have effective back row attacking.
Two flying high flying outsides here in this matchup with number 24, Brendan Lethane of the Roncalli Royals against number 9, Aaron Hernandez on the Fishers. Both teams having a high success on the out-of-system and the outside with those two going at it head-to-head.
Yeah. Again, I think we're going to see that the middles, whoever's middles can step up and produce more, probably be the determining factor in this game. So it'll be an interesting matchup.
So what does the road look like to get to the IBVCA State Championship? Coach, the coaching organization and how boys volleyball works is a little different than most sports here in Indiana.
Yeah. As opposed to the girls tournament, which is a blind draw, we run seeded tournaments here. So everybody's rated through an RPI throughout the season. Start with the service there from Roncalli. So each team's ranked, and we have an RPI, so it lines up usually with the top teams making it to the state.
Roncalli had the opening bye. There was no 32nd team listed in this year's state tournament. Was able to beat Brownsburg in 3 in the regional championship. Then faced conference opponent Bishop Chittard in the Elite 8 and was able to get past Perry Meridian, a new team to the IBVCA State Championship match, and is here now against Fishers, and that's a nice swing by John Kesterson on the outside.
Yeah, John's a heavy hitter. I don't think he has the word tip in his vocabulary, so you'll see Mr. Kesterson swing hard just every opportunity he gets. So fun to watch.
Meyer back to serve for the Royals. Hernandez found the swing in the deep center, no blocking opportunity, and the Ball State commit had open court.
Yeah, they were in the X2, so as a result of that, when Roncalli's middle committed to Zach Lewis, it left a wide open net.
Frankie Capo back to serve, a short float serve, Meyer with the pass, Kesterson on the right side. There's the tip. Capo going out to Aaron Hernandez again, who tools the block of John Kesterson. And a 3-1 Fisher lead.
Yeah, it's hard to stop on that in-system pass. And Aaron's up in the air. It's a high contact point.
How did the Tigers get here? Well, first, their opening round matchup was against the 31st seed, the Lawrence North Wildcats. Then they were able to beat Brebeuf in the regional championship. Then they saw coach your Royal team last night in the Elite Eight contest, as that ball finds the block, 4-1, Fisher Tiger lead. But Fisher's had to get past Cathedral earlier on today in the semifinal match. And here we are as they get a rematch from the April 27th loss to the Roncalli Royals. Lethane, no block, tips that ball wide. And now we're starting to see some undisciplined errors by the Roncalli Royals.
That was a close one. I'd like to see that on replay.
5-1. Fisher lead. Frankie Capo back to serve. Meyer in-system pass, going to 10 Barge, found the block, a triple block of Aaron Hernandez, Zach Lewis, and Cole Moritz. And now Roncalli calls their second timeout of this match as they trail 6-1.
Get a look at this again. And it's hard to tell from this angle, but I thought it was in. But irregardless, there's several unforced errors on Roncalli's part. They've swung into the block a few times. I think a couple of those sets were a little tight. They've got to do a better job of managing that attack if they can get a clean kill.
And like you said, kind of that energy we saw from Roncalli early on in that first set. They're really missing, kind of going easy on the offensive end, not swinging at a high level, and these tips are becoming more errors for them than producing.
Yeah, it's frustrating when things don't go their way, but they've got to rebound here. And again, they're both veteran teams, so they're not going to look at a 5-point deficit and think the game's over. They're going to just dig in deep. They're going to play a little tougher, and they're going to make better decisions.
Out of the timeout, Frankie Capo will return to serve for the Fisher Tigers. Frankie, actually the only member of the Fisher Tiger roster to play in their 2019 state championship, where he was the libero for that group. Island going out to Lethane. Lethane gets through the block of Moritz and Lewis, and a much-needed kill for Roncalli.
Yeah, on cue. When you're in trouble, you ride your horse. You go to the man that produces, and he still look at that.
Island back to serve. A float serve. Hoffman out of system pass, but Hernandez has a roll shot. Moritz gets the overpass and a kill for Fisher's. Coach kind of looked at the R1 there. Didn't think that was a legal play there.
Yeah, there was nobody to make a play. The ball would have broken the plane, so he had a right to go and make that overpass attack. So good play on his part. I'm enjoying the fan base for both of these. Volleyball is such a game of energy and momentum, so both of these student-led fan bases are very active.
Heffern's serve finds the center of the net. 3-7, Roncalli back to serve. Andrew Dial, the sophomore center, back to serve. So, Coach, you're seeing two kind of different offenses here. You're seeing Roncalli run two different setters out of the back row compared to Fisher's running one setter on the court the entire time.
Yeah, you've got a 6-2 offense for Roncalli and a 5-1 for Fisher's. And there's advantages to both. With Roncalli, you can put a bigger block in the front row if your setters aren't that tall. Neither one of Roncalli's setters are flyers or exceptionally tall. They're both great athletes. Fisher's has a setter that's not that tall, but he's got good springs and very aggressive.
Whitmer, deep shot back in the corner. Effort with the dig. Hernandez off the block. Island can't chase that down. 9-3, and really, if you're watching this Roncalli team from the start of this match, a little bit more of miscommunication on the defensive end, especially at the block.
Yeah, I think blocking in particular against the back row attack has been problematic.
Hernandez serve clips the top of the tape. Lethane beats the block of Buckler and Hurst. And again, he has been needed to break these runs that Fisher's are getting before this set gets out of hand, 9-4.
Yeah, if you go back and look at the numbers at the end of the match, so far, Lethane's the only one who's consistently producing for Roncalli.
Lewis, tip over the block, Dial in system dig. Lethane, now the back row. finds the deep corner and a very impressive shot by the junior outside.
Yeah, it's great swinging of the corner. Deep corners are the core to the hardest to defend for all the teams. And anytime that we're running a standard perimeter defense, you're going to find out that if you can hit in the corner, you've got a high percentage of getting the point or getting them out of system.
Capo, Buckler outside tip. Haberthy with a nice play. Shanahan roll shot. Hernandez opportunity. Going to Hurst again. Hurst finds the outside court on the block and tools the right side block of Noah Littmer.
Yeah, just a little better hand position, and I think they had an opportunity to stop that. So he certainly hit into the block, but it was a poorly formed block.
Hoffman back to serve for the Tigers, the senior libero. 10-5 Tiger lead. Hoffman float serve. Island in system. Dial going to Haberthy, and that Hoffman chases that ball down, and we've got an opportunity. Let's see what happens. They get it. Fishers gets that opportunity. Shanahan outside the block, and that is a huge hustle play for Fishers. That ball looked like it was going all the way over to Perry Meridian High School, and a nice job by Fishers.
That was definitely in the next county. Max did a great job with a one-hand stab, and then Aaron followed that up, tracking that ball. We always talk about pursuit plays in volleyball. We want all of our players going after the ball. It paid off for Fishers.
Hoffman back to serve again. 11-5 Fishers. Island tight pass. Hurst just touches the block, touches the ball at the net. 12-5.
Yeah, it's interesting that earlier I thought that Fishers' serve receive was really struggling, and right now Roncalli's serve receive is less than what they're traditionally performing.
And a needed break for Roncalli. You can see them all just trying to catch their breath there. 12-6, and a new roster member coming out to serve, Jacob Irmer.
You know, despite the momentum appearing to be on Fisher's side, if you look at the score, it was a 5-point lead earlier, and it's only a 6-point lead now. So they're trading points. It's just that Fisher's plays have been a little more spectacular.
An aggressive serve by Jacob Irmer. Heffern with the pass, and Capo with the setter dump to find the center of the court.
That's a perfect example of the aggressiveness that Frankie brings, and leadership that Frankie brings to the court. He's not going to give up on the play.
Hurst again, 13-6. The defending state champion is going on a run here, midway through the second set. Hurst, Lethane with the pass. Dial going to Tinbarge, found the block. A free ball sent over. Hurst with the dig. Capo going to Hernandez again. Lethane with the dig. Dial. Tinbarge tip. Hoffman with the dig. Frankie back out to Buckler, and that found the block. And coach, there might have been a net violation there.
That might would be an understatement. A good middle for Roncalli. I think maybe Tinbarge, I'm not sure, but I think it was Tinbarge got the net on the way up. Quick game, and it's easy to miss a call because there's a lot of action on, and those refs are tracking the ball, watching players, so it's easy to miss a play.
And there's the net violation actually played on Tinbarge there, so Roncalli did get kind of another bail point for the first time this match. Bikes with a great serve, back corner. Buckler finds the deep right corner. And again, just defensively, Roncalli doesn't bring the same intensity down in the first set.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, I thought Eli might be an X factor for him here. He doesn't have to have, a million kills, but he has to be efficient and minimize his errors, and he's certainly done that so far.
Buckler back to serve. It's 14-7. Top spin serve, and now Island is going to shank that serve reception ball there. 15-7. And Fishers are kind of going after the libero Luke Island right now in serve receive.
Roncalli is certainly struggling right now, but look for a timeout here before long from John, and he'll settle him down.
Shanahan, another serve reception error. And coach, this game is won and lost in the first contact, as well as it is on the outside, and you could say that Fishers is probably winning both battles right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, Eli's serve is effective. It's not blistering its speed, but it's hitting them high. And they seem to be struggling handling jump top serves with their platform. They're either going to have to move back and they're struggling handling jump top with their hands. They're either going to have to move back and get it on their platform or go a little further forward and be stronger with their hands.
So Fisher is up to a 16-7 lead here in the second set after really crawling back and fighting a really, really aggressive Roncalli group out of that opening set. Won the opening set 25-23. And kind of like you said, Fishers is playing a little short-handed, a different roster than we've seen all season with them. And they're finding a way to make it work.
Well, it's interesting. You get into a habit. Once you play a team so many times, you understand how to play them. And then when they make a change, all of a sudden that changes up your blocking strategy. And your players have got to adjust to it. But it's not really what's hurting Roncalli right now. It's predominantly that first contact. Service is struggling right now.
Buckler, short serve, switching it up. And it looked like that was exactly what they needed. And another kind of serve reception error for Roncalli.
And it's shocking. Roncalli's traditionally a great ball control team. These kids will respond. They'll get themselves out of this and make a little adjustment now, moving up.
Buckler, Lethane, insistent pass. Bikes going out to Shanahan. And that found the court, and that ended a 5-0 run for the Fisher Tigers.
We talked earlier about momentum. This game, whether or not they win this set is not the point right now, but what Roncalli needs to do is they need to establish momentum back on their side of the net, force a timeout from Fishers, and then we go from there. That's the first step.
Meyer to serve, Hurst, Island with the dig, tight. Bikes had to bring that ball way away from the net. A free ball was sent over. Capo blocked by Lethane, but here's an opportunity. A dig by Island. Lethane, deep cross-court shot, and that one is going to go long.
Yeah, that ball's just slightly out. Just slightly out.
And it looks like they're going to call a touch at the net off the Fisher block. And the Tigers aren't really happy with that one.
Couldn't really see it from that angle. Again, those are tough calls to make. It's a great officiating crew. Jimmy DeGrullers are R1. Stacey Pilgrim are R2. Jennifer Leffler on the line along with Jeff Morris. It's an experienced veteran crew. All the coaches have a tremendous amount of respect for them.
So Roncalli with the ball there. Meyer back to serve. Hurst insistent pass. Buckler on the back row. Roll shot. Bikes, dig. Island sending the ball to Lethane. And that one's going to find the hardwood. And Lethane finding a way to kind of dig the Royals back into this.
Yeah, great out-of-system set by Luke Island, first of all. And then Lethane exploiting the gap given on the line.
Meyer back to serve. 3-0 run for the Royals. Capo going out to Hernandez, who has a roll shot, just a little too far on the outside set. Lethane again. That one's over the block, and that one's going to be out. Point Fishers.
Yeah, that first play, Fishers was trying to run either a stack or next to. I think it was just a stack, but then set was set a little bit to the outside. Running with the attacking.
Capo to serve, 18-10, Fisher lead. Kesterson has to tip again. Buckler with the dig. Capo to Lewis. And Lewis finds the bottom of the net with that swing.
Roncalli's really not been able to engage your middles as effectively as they're going to need to. Right now, like, it's been basically the Brendan Lethane show offensively. And Fishers has gotten some production out of their middles.
Capo over to Hernandez. And Hernandez over the block. 19-11. And Fisher's 6 point away from closing out the second set, going up 2-0. Heffron back to serve for the Tigers. Meyer going out to Lethane from bike set. Another kill from Brendan Lethane, but you kind of said it. Lefane can keep getting kills all they want, but they need a little bit more assistance offensively.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got Lefane getting kills on his side, you've got Aaron Hernandez generating offense on his side, then it comes down to 1, 2, possibly 3 other players getting just enough point production to make the difference.
Dial to serve. Heffron. Lewis over the block. He gets a big swing for the Fishers out of the middle.
Right now, as I said earlier, the middles probably would be the difference maker, and right now Fisher's middles are producing.
Here's an opportunity for Hernandez back at the service line, and it's going to be falls and ace here from Aaron Hernandez, who's been a catalyst for a lot of the runs for Fishers today.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but generally when he goes back to the service line, that's good for 2 or 3 points minimum.
Hernandez again. Island out of system pass. A free ball is going to be sent over. Here's an opportunity for the Tigers. Lewis gets the block and finds the outside court, and now it is 22-12. Hernandez again to serve. And a nice pursuit play by Whitmer. Another free ball sent over. Capo to Hurst on the 2-ball. And now Fishers is really opening up offensively.
Yeah, there's that X play again. Eli runs basically what looks like a push of 31, and then their other outside came in, swing basically on the page.
Fishers is trying to join a long list of 2 back-to-back state champions in the last 10 years, or even longer than that, as they lead 23-13 over Roncalli. Hernandez out of system play and a free ball sent over to Roncalli. A needed offensive play. Whitmer, roll shot, Capo with the dig. Heffron going out to Aaron Hernandez again, and Aaron just finding gaps in the block. You saw an attempt at the triple block, but it's just not really closing enough, and it's going to be set point for Fishers.
That was a nice in-system pass that Roncalli had on a free ball, and he opted not to go to the middle. That's a future college player out there not being utilized.
Shanahan finds a tight swing, and that's going to be out 25-13. Fishers up 2-0 in a very shocking second set. We're going to see what Roncalli has, as this is a best-of-5 match. The number 2 Fisher Tigers lead the top-seeded team, Roncalli, 2-0 in the state championship here at Southport Fieldhouse. We'll be right back, folks.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Oh, my goodness. 122-60 for Penn.
What a swim. Six of them.
Welcome back, everybody, to Southport Fieldhouse for the 2021 IBVCA State Championship matchup. The number 2 ranked Fisher Tiger roster is up 2-0 against the top-seeded Roncalli Royals here. And, Coach, we kind of talked, we led into it going into the break. Fishers is trying to do something that's been a trend in the last 10 years or so, become the 3rd program in the last 10 years to win back-to-back.
Yeah, we were fortunate to capture 2 of them when I was still coaching at Carmel. 11 and 12, and then Chesterton put together a nice string in 14 and 15, I believe. It's been Roncalli, Cathedral, and then again Fishers last year. So it's been interesting. It's been fun.
So we're actually going to see a lineup change here in the third set for Roncalli. They made a libero change. Andrew Meyer will be the libero. Sophomore defensive specialist.
Yeah, so John's a veteran coach. Coach Gustafson, a veteran of many battles, and he's not gonna allow them to. Sometimes just a personnel change can inject some energy into a team. So we'll see if Roncalli can establish their middles early in this set. That would make a huge difference for them.
So Andrew Meyer, the sophomore, stepping onto the court. He's been a factor defensively for this match. And Fishers will serve in this third and potentially decisive set for the 2021 season. Keegan Hurst back to serve. The Royals are starting in the rotation with Lethane in the front row. Pardon me, he'll rotate to the front row, but finds a triple block. A nice reaction play by Shanahan. Lawrence with the dig tip. Meyer with the dig. Kesterson tips over the block. An opportunity. A roll shot by Buckler. Here's a chance for the Royals. Tight ball. We've seen a lot of tight sets from Roncalli. They're doing a lot with it. Hernandez rolled. Lethane with the dig. Lethane out of the backcourt and gets the kill.
Yeah, great swing into zone 5. Aaron read zone 1 and broke for 1, and that left 5 open, so ball was able to find clean court.
Shanahan back to serve here. Topspin. Hernandez with the pass. Capo going to Buckler. Buckler, dig by Meyer. Lethane on the outside, another roll shot. Hurst with the dig. Hernandez, miscommunication on the back row attack, and now it's 2-0 Roncalli.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Roncalli's a veteran team. They're not going to lay down. Neither team will. So Fishers being down 2-0, they're not going to stop. They're going to keep coming at you.
Shanahan back to serve again, 2-0. Hoffman with the pass. Buckler get on the outside into the block. Hoffman with the dig. Capo going back out to Buckler, who just could not get that ball over for contacts.
A little tight set on that one. Made it difficult to. Again, Eli's traditionally been a middle player, playing a lot of different roles for him.
Shanahan again, 3-0 opening run. And another ace for Roncalli, and they're not done yet, 4-0. Roncalli trying to feed their team back into this match, and it's working early on, 4-0. Shanahan, Hernandez, Hoffman pursuing the ball. We saw it once before, couldn't get it done there, 5-0 Roncalli.
You look at the energy being injected from the end line. Those fans for Roncalli are really helping their team. Again, it's a game of momentum.
Shanahan back to serve. Into the net, a needed break for the Tigers.
Never helpful. But they have to serve tough. In this game, when you have great passers and great offense, you've got to put the team out of system. If you put cupcakes, nice easy serves over the net, those teams are going to transition that out for play.
Buckler, Meyer, insistent pass. Lethane into the block, almost covered up, but another kill for Lethane.
Yeah, if you look at the net on that block, they're about 4 inches, 5 inches off the net, allowed that ball to put down in front of them. Got to penetrate the net when you're blocking.
Meyer, Hurst, insistent pass. Capo going to Hernandez, tipped over the block. Setter Bikes almost had the opportunity to get that ball up 6-2.
Another X2 from Fishers. X2 is when the left side hitter comes around. Middle one's kind of a push, and that outside hitter comes inside and hits him a little bit.
Meyer, Lethane finds a back corner And again, Coach, I know you said they need the balanced offense, but you also led on to saying that you got to go to your best player on the court.
Yeah, no question about it. But that was another right back at you to Fishers, because they just ran an X2 right back at Fishers. The thing came around. You know, Sean Haverty's a big target out there, and guys, middles are going to want to commit on him, so that typically will leave the middle open. Middle of the court open for the X.
Dial. Lewis finds the other side of the court with that 31 run that we were talking about early on, and Tigers 7-3. They're bouncing a little bit around here in this third set.
You know, that's probably the difference that I've seen in terms of the setting styles between the two teams, is that Frankie's very comfortable running a push set or a 31 out of system, whereas you're not seeing that out of Roncalli as much. I don't know if I've seen it yet.
Shanahan with the back row attack for the Royals. Hurst tips it in the block, and Bikes with the big block there. And Coach, it looks like they're running a 5-1 now. They had to switch up their offensive end a little bit.
I had not looked at that yet. I've been kind of queuing on Fishers while they were down.
Lefane, deep serve, 8-4. Comes Hernandez. The ball stay commit back to serve. Hernandez has been a big impact in this game. And a Dial with a good pass there. Shanahan, roll shot to the corner, and that's going to fall as another kill.
Yeah, that's a young man that's capable of being that other point generator. He's a solid player, great defender, good hitter.
Jackson Strawman's a new name for the Royals. Back to serve. Heffron, overpass, and the center Will Bikes with the overpass kill, and they are feeding off the energy crowd, and Fishers needs to find an answer if we're going to try and be crowned state champions in set. Strawman's again. Another poor pass for the Tigers. Hernandez tipping the ball in the deep corner. Shanahan on the outside, cross court. And just a missed defensive cue again, 11-4. And this set has really been Royals from the start on the outside.
That's a dominant outside performance from Roncalli. Fishers doesn't have an answer for that cross court swing yet. Their left back needs to slide up and adjust. It's getting covered up by the block and leaving a lot of open court. So we'll see if Coach Koppel makes an adjustment on that.
And a repeat of the 2019 state championship match. And in that match, that was a sweep for the Fishers over Roncalli. 25-18, 25-19, 25-13.
I think Roncalli decided they'd like to change history on that. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. You never know. Fishers is a tough team. A 7-point deficit, even against the #1 team in the state, is not insurmountable for the Tigers.
And talking a little bit about history for the Roncalli Royals, they've been in the state championship match 6 times in the last 10 seasons here. Competing yet again. 10 years ago, they fell in their first year in 2011. 2013, lost to Hebron in 3 sets. 14, lost to Chesterton in a 5-set battle. And in 2015, another repeat, lost to 5 in Chesterton again. So Roncalli really being one of the more dominant teams in the state, returning back for the 6th time in 10 years.
Yeah, it's a storied program. There's no question about it. They've got an amazing feeder program. They've had great coaches. Mitchell Ard, previous to Coach Kesterson. Coach Kesterson is a legend. So Kesterson family's a legend. So just a talented organization with talented players.
So a missed serve gives a little bit of a break for the Tigers. Hoffman back to serve. (11-5) Royal lead. Dial. Tinbarge tipped. That one's going to go wide. And Roncalli is calling for a touch off the block.
Couldn't really see a touch off the block. The ball is definitely out. They need to get their middles engaged.
Thane, opportunity. Shanahan with the 2 and a deep corner swing, 12-6.
Yeah, another X for them. Fishers, even though they run that X themselves for whatever reason, they're not picking it up. They're not tracking their hitters.
The center, Will Bikes, back to serve. 12-6. Float serve. Hernandez pass.
Slide.
Capo trying to get to Hurst, who is blocked more or less by the net. 13-6, and we're almost seeing a flip script from the second set.
Yeah, this could be a somewhat problematic lineup for Fishers. Not their strongest offensive lineup. Look for now they didn't run this time. Back attack.
Hernandez tooled the block just barely outside, but again, you can tell Roncalli is just looking at, well, we almost had that point there too.
Yeah, they were up on the block. It's just a matter of hand position at that point.
Hurst back to serve, 13-7. 6-point lead for the Royals. It has been done before in this match, the Tigers. But Shanahan with the kill down the line, and he has been a huge factor in this third set.
Yeah, no question about it. Thane's been fairly quiet, but Shanahan really stepped up his game. Thane into the front row now.
And that serve by Ryan Shanahan is going to go deep wide, 14-8. Roncalli still has a 6-point advantage, but also controlling the vast majority of the momentum.
Yeah, right now they're trading points.
Buckler to Thane, in-system pass. Tinbarn, tag to Buckler, and there's a kill from the middle. We really have not seen that since the opening set.
Now, as we stated earlier, you had Lethane was doing his job. They needed some other guys to step up, and they're certainly starting to get that production. Sean Haverthy into the lineup.
Meyer back to serve. The sophomore libero change in this third set. Buckler, Hernandez on the outside, finds the outside corner of the block, and that's been a favorite shot for both Lethane and Hernandez today.
Yeah, you can't take away the whole court. You've got to make decisions on how you're going to set up the block, and your defense has got to adjust accordingly behind that. That time, the left back defender was covered up.
Frankie Capo back to serve. Meyer gets the ball perfectly passed, and Haverthy with another kill for the middles of the Roncalli Rebels.
That's what Roncalli needs in order to take that pressure off the thing and put more pressure on the Fishers block. Diversify that offense.
Andrew Dial back to serve. 16-9 lead for Roncalli. Capo to Moritz. Deep swing down the line. Shanahan got a hand on it, just not enough. 16-10. Back and forth we go in this set. Kind of like we talked about, the gap being a little too big right now. We have seen Fishers rally back, but Roncalli playing a very efficient third set.
Earlier we saw a 5-point run from Fishers, but it doesn't start with serve.
Heffron serve, long. Ermer coming back to serve for Lethane.
It's interesting.
Jacob Ermer, 3 sophomores in the backcourt for Roncalli. 3 seniors in the front row. Ermer back to serve. Aggressive top spin into the center of the net. And it looks like they're keeping Jacob Ermer on the court, maybe to focus more on a defensive backcourt compared to an offense. Hernandez finds one of the sophomores. Andrew Dial's pass just could not make good connection. And now they're within 5 for the first time since very early on in this set.
Hernandez has been responsible for some runs. Service pressure is intense. Great pass.
Meyer insists some Haverthy into the block. And they're going to call a double, I believe, on the set. Not necessarily sure.
Yeah, I think it had to be on the bikes. I'm not really sure that it was a double, but
17-13. Hernandez service run goes long. And now they're going to bring Jackson Strawmans back to serve for Roncalli. Strawmans, float serve, Hurst, in-system pass. Capo going out to Keegan. Down the line, and that was able to squeeze past defensively of Andrew Dial.
A little decision there between two defenders.
Max Hoffman back to serve again for the Fisher Tigers. 18-14 lead for Roncalli. Meyer in-system pass. Shanahan on the two again. Shanahan really has been the unsung hero in this set.
That's a much-needed boost of offense that they've needed. But the passing is really what the difference has been. Roncalli's passes have been solid this set. So they have the opportunity to run outside, middles, X's.
Pikes again, float serve, Heffron. Going back row to Hernandez, finds the block off the middle blocker, and another deep swing by Aaron, and really Aaron has been the only one able to get going offensively for Fishers this set.
Yeah, he's loading the back rows, loading the front rows, so they've got to make sure they have a commit and lock up. And I think timing was a little off on that back row block.
Hurst, Pikes going to Shanahan, who finds the outside block. Ryan Shanahan collected his 8th kill this set. The senior outside back to serve, 20-15. Flips the tape, Hoffman. Capo having to send it over on two. Meyer with the dig. Lethane on the outside, off the block, but Fishers has a chance. And a tight battle, and Buckler is going to be the winner of that battle at the net.
Yeah, size advantage there gave him an advantage over Christensen.
20-16 now. Fishers isn't out of it yet. Looking to be the first back-to-back state champion since 14-15 at Chesterton. Tim Barge half to tip. Capo with the dig. Hoffman under the net there. 21-16, 5-point lead.
Great scramble play by Max Hoffman, but just a little too far over the net.
Meyer to serve. 21-16, Roncalli. Hurst, in-system pass, going to the outside of Hernandez. Into the block of Haberthy. A nice coverage play by Fishers, but Roncalli's going to get a chance. Lethane on the two ball, but Hurst with a great dig. And Buckler nearly chases that one down. Almost a repeat of what we saw in the second set.
Yeah, another example of the next one. Fishers not making the adjustment on the block.
Coach Capo having to call a timeout. 22-16 lead for Roncalli. And just kind of a new team. We haven't really seen this since the middle or early part of set number one.
Yeah, it's like an entirely different personality. Again, you got a veteran coach, former state champion coach himself making adjustments. So they're not going to go through set three if they didn't have the results they wanted in sets 1 and 2. They're going to make changes, and those changes have obviously been very effective.
This is the 5th meeting between the two teams. Fishers is up 3-1 in the overall series. Obviously, there's no more important match than the state championship. Roncalli did win the last matchup, however, on April 27th when they traveled down to Roncalli and lost that 5th set against the Royals, 17-15.
Yeah, that was a great match down there, and they battled hard all year. Two teams that know each other exceptionally well, so they're going to make adjustments, and the other teams are going to recognize those adjustments immediately.
22-16, the sophomore, Andrew Meyer back to serve. The youngest player on the court, with Lethane being the other underclassman. Hernandez, Meyer with the dig. Going to the outside, Lethane off the block. And just a lack of pursuit on that one, 23-16. Royals are itching closer to forcing a 4th set.
Great block, too, by Lethane. for Frankie Capo.
Meyer again. Capo going back out to Hernandez off the block, and that one going way out there to the far side of the court.
Yeah, a bit of a blocking error there. The block was up a good 6-8 inches off the net, and you're not going to win that battle, especially against the Hernandez.
Frankie Capo attacking Meyer. Lufane 8 feet off the net, and that one's going to go outside the antenna. 23-18. Capo back to serve again. Shanahan with a nice pass. Bikes going out to Lufane off the block, and again, can't necessarily get that, but Lufane brings so much offensive power that Fishers just really is not able to chase those balls off the block.
That was a good swing. High contact point by Lufane.
Dial back to serve. 24-18. Roncalli lead. Hurst kind of docks out of that one, and we are going to a fourth set. Roncalli with a very nice response after that second set. Kind of miscommunication, and this match isn't over yet. Number 1, number 2 going at each other. We'll be right back from historic Southport Fieldhouse for tonight's IBVCA State Championship matchup.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Fishers is lost the third set. That could have been the one that put the nail in the coffin for the 2021 IBVCA State Championship. Roncalli with a very nice response after that 25-13 second set. And Coach, you got to say Roncalli's, after the way he looked that set, is not out of this one yet.
Coach K made some great adjustments defensively, switching to a 5-1 offense. I think allowed him to get a little more middle production, just enough to get over the top. The ball control is certainly better in that set. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll probably stay with that lineup, and we'll see if Fishers makes any adjustments. Can overcome that.
And something to kind of talk about that I think would be a neat point to bring up here as we get ready to go into the fourth set is kind of the parity the state is becoming in Indiana boys volleyball. A couple big differences here. 3 teams qualified for the state championship Elite 8 bracket for new programs that have not been involved in that conversation. And something also to bring up is a 12 seed was able to beat a 5 seed and make their Carmel was able to defeat North Central in 5 sets to make an appearance here at the state match. So a lot of parity.
Yeah, it's certainly different than years past where you had 2 or 3 teams that were perennial powerhouses and the rest of them were just going through the motions. Now you literally have 3 new teams. You got teams that returned to state that hadn't been there in years. And then you have the traditional powerhouses of Roncalli, Fishers, and Cathedral as well. So it's been interesting. Perry Meridian was one of those teams make it into the Final Four after for their first year making it to state ever. So congratulations to Coach Ridley.
Coach Capo up here is kind of looking to, again, continue a familiar trend here in the IBVCA. 2 back-to-back state champions. Obviously, we did not have the 2020 season, and very few would have thought that Fishers would not have won that. And Royals to serve here. Capo with a little finesse tip to kind of catch Roncalli off the guard. We didn't see that very much in the third set.
No, in the third set we didn't see. We saw in the first two he had one successful kill, one that got blocked. But his eye is always open, looking for open court, and he'll take advantage of it.
Buckler serve, clips a tape. Bikes is able to save that, and they're going to call an under the net violation here, I believe, on Tenbarge when he was running his offense, and now 2-0 lead. Buckler again back to serve. A heavy topspin. Shanahan with a nice pass. Kesterson on the outside finds a block of Capo and Moritz, and a 3-0 lead in the fourth set for Fishers.
That was a tough set for Kesterson to handle. Solid block up there.
Buckler again back to serve. Shanahan insistent pass. Going down the line, Hoffman with the dig. Capo going back row. Levane with the tight dig, and Roncalli's going to have a chance, and they are actually going to call 4 on this, and Roncalli believes there's a touch at that tight ball.
Yeah, I thought there possibly was a touch as well, but Jimmy has a great view of it from his perspective.
4-0. We are not seeing the same fire out of Roncalli that we saw in the third set. Buckler. Meyer. Lethane on the back row. Buckler defends that tip. Hernandez finds the cross-court shot. Kesterson with the out-of-system dig. Shanahan, Hoffman with the dig. The libero. Going outside. Ball state commit. Aaron Hernandez with the kill down the line.
It's an interesting adjustment on the block for Roncalli. They're leaving Shanahan on the right side and leaving Kesterson on the outside. Shanahan's had a lot of production, but it's been on the left side.
Timeout, Roncalli Royals. Fishers, the 2 seed in the IBVCA state tournament, leads 5-0. And again, this is an interesting thing we've seen in all 4 sets. They really not have come out of the gate back to back. One team has gotten the edge over the other in all set play.
Yeah, I'm sure that really Roncalli has that kind of horsepower to dig out of deep holes.
And this might be that great swing, great dig down the line. The defensive intensity is picked up for Fishers in this 4th set early on. And that's kind of that tight ball that we were referring to. Didn't necessarily see a touch from that angle. Buckler out to serve after this timeout. A 5-0 lead for Fishers.
Now you're seeing an adjustment. They're going to get Shanahan out there. I'm sure Shanahan's going to swing on the left side. Middle, Tenbarge will run in the middle, and Kesterson probably won't hit. Not necessary. Fishers helps him out with the service error.
Buckler serve finds the bottom of the net. Shanahan back to serve. This is going to bring Brendan Lefebvre back in the front row. Shanahan, deep serve, and that's going to catch Hurst, and an ace for the Royals, a much-needed ace, trying to dig themselves back into the set.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Notice that when they get back to that set or rotation 1 serve-receive pattern again, we'll see how they make that adjustment next time. They gave up a big run there.
Shanahan to serve. Buckler with the pass. Capo having to go to the outside, and a nice block off the Hernandez swing. Capo over in 2, but good dig by Bikes. Lethane off the block, and they're going to get a dig out of this opportunity, a free ball opportunity now. Lethane into the block of Capo. And here's a chance for Kesterson, and that one's going to go cross court, and that could have been a huge point for Fishers.
Traditionally, a cross court hitter, when you're blocking Kesterson, you got to take his cross court swing.
Shanahan back to serve. 3-0 run for the Royals. Capo going out to Aaron Hernandez. Fine down the line, and that ball really just finds hand to floor faster than anyone can blink.
Great pass. Another great set, and a nice finish by Aaron.
It's going to bring setter Frankie Capo back to serve. Capo Shanahan with the pass. Bikes going outside with Thane. And off the block of Zach Lewis. 4-6. Roncalli chipping away.
I think it's fairly obvious that Roncalli is extremely dependent on their outside. So it'd be nice if they could get Sean involved offensively.
Meyer to serve. Hoffman with the pass. Lewis with the tip, and it's just enough to force a disruptive defensive play. 7-4.
Zach's a talented sophomore. It's fun to watch him, watch his growth and development. All these kids are talented young people. They run that push a lot out of serve receive, and it's very effective for them.
Nate Hefferon, the senior defensive specialist, back to serve for Fishers. Shanahan with the pass, going back out to the outside. And that time, Aaron Hernandez puts that one back on the hardwood, 8-4.
It's a great blocking matchup for Fishers, having Hernandez on the thing. You got Aaron's, I think, 6'3", 6'4", but he's got massive ups. Right next to him is Zach Lewis, another big vertical middle.
Hernandez with the dig and a great pursuit play by Keegan Hurst. And Capo's going to put that one just wide. And another big play, even though those plays are not falling for Fishers, those plays are doing enough to keep Roncalli understanding they're going to have to put a little bit more defensive effort pursuit on these balls.
Yeah, they're not getting clean kills.
Dial to serve. 5-8 Royal deficit. Hoffman, Hernandez on the right side, finds a block in the Thane. And now we're kind of seeing those two being able to go head-to-head with Hernandez having to play on the right side.
Hernandez back to serve. Again, this has been a rotation that's allowed Fishers to stretch their lead.
Hernandez to serve. Meyer's pass is just going to go out to the bench. And Dial with a lot of pursuit there, knocking some chairs down, 10-5. Hernandez, be a member of the Ball State Cardinals next year. Meyer with a good pass there. Lefane down the line, and Campo got a hand on it, but just couldn't do much with it.
That was a nice reach by Lefane. That set was out a little bit in front of him, and he did an excellent job of extending and terminating.
Now this is going to bring Jacob Ermer back to serve. Ermer, roll shot, Hurst with the dig, or the pass. Lewis on the right side. One-on-one block by Shanahan, and a nice block to kind of keep Roncalli in this game.
Shanahan's really produced for him throughout the third set and now into this set 4.
Ermer to serve. 7-10 Royals trail. That one into the middle of the net.
I'm sure Coach is telling them. I'm sure Coach K is tell his players just one point at a time. You always focus on the next point. That's the only point that matters.
Hoffman to serve, 11-7 Fisher lead. Dial with the pass, Shanahan. Hernandez got a hand on it, not enough, flips the block. Another high hand attack for Shanahan. He's really finding a lot of success off the block of Fishers.
It's been very productive for Roncalli throughout these last 2 sets. Look for Bikes being front row, look for him to go live and generate some offense on his own.
Strawman serve, Hernandez with the response. Buckler's swing is going to go wide. 9-11, an early deficit for Roncalli, has slowly clipped back into a 2-point game. Strawman's short float serve. Hefferon with a great one-handed play. Free ball opportunity for Roncalli. Timbarge, Shanahan. Timbarge into the block tip. Strawman's with a play. Capo going out to Hurst. Hurst with a one-on-one block gets the deep cross-court shot.
Yeah, Hurst is capable of going cross-court or line. Smart hitter. Bikes gave him cross court, and he was able to terminate.
Heffron with a great play up there to keep that point alive, giving Fishers the opportunity to get a play. Hurst, 12-9, Fishers lead. Dial with the insistent pass, going out to the outside of Shanahan, and another high hand shot for the senior outside.
Yeah, that set was a little low, and he had to adjust his arm swing and kind of punch it through the block. Great job.
Senior setter Will Bikes back to serve. 12-10. Float serve. Hoffman with the pass. Capo going to Hernandez out of the back row. And again, they're still not going up on that triple block in the middle, or with there in the back row.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Frankie's front row, so all the blockers should have been drug over already. So they should have been in position to get a triple block up on that, but they're not focusing on that.
Ermer with the insistent pass, going to 10 Barge. Hoffman with the dig. Capo to Hernandez, roll shot, and just caught Meyer outside of his body. 14-10.
Again, we talk about making sure blockers are outside of defenders are outside of the block. The old saying Coach Blue Evans taught me was, you got to be in a position where the ball can hit you. So
Meyer, good pass. Shanahan into the block, tried to challenge that one, but Frankie said access denied. 15-10.
He still had a great run. He's probably hitting 500, 600 maybe, I'm not sure. He's had maybe 2 attacking errors that I can remember in the last 2 sets, and a lot of kills.
Buckler, Ermer with another pass. The sophomores passing well for Roncalli. Their serve receive has stepped up big since the second set, but they're not converting on the offensive end. Aaron Hernandez with the kill, and John Kesterson, head coach of the Royals, is forced to call yet another timeout. So we have seen a lot of the serve receive that was so hindering on a door hinge, if you will, in that second set really for Roncalli, has stepped up. Coach, they're still not getting their middles involved as much as they should.
Yeah, really. I think Sean Haberthy's had maybe 3-4 sets the entire match. So 10 Barge, they've made an attempt to get to him a little more often, but they are not getting the ball to Haberthy. 6'6" is a future college commit, so it's surprising. Their outsides are getting the job done, but they're going to need a little bit of help.
16-10, Fisher lead here. Trying to be the first back-to-back state championship since the 14-15 Chesterton team. And this is going to be Buckler back to serve. Shanahan with the pass. They're going to go back out to Shanahan. Hernandez with the dig. Capo one-handed set. Aaron with the deep cross-court shot. Frankie with just a really, really impressive one-handed set. 17-10 Fisher lead.
He's just a talented young man. He could play. I'm sure if you asked him to play middle, he would do it exceptionally well.
Buckler to serve again. 17-10. Oh, and an overpass miscommunication between Hernandez and Moritz. And Roncalli bailed out in that opportunity, but they're not out of it yet, bringing Lethane out of the front row. And something to kind of note is Lethane hasn't been in the backcourt for the Royals.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Coach K, again, a brilliant coach, so I'm sure he has his reasons.
And Frankie with another offensive kill in this set, 18-11. And Roncalli's going to need something. They're going to need something fast if they're going to try and dig out of this.
Yeah, momentum certainly has swung to the Fisher side of the net.
Shanahan with the pass, going outside to Lethane, and that might be enough to try and spark something. 12-18.
It's a big front row for Roncalli now with Haberthy, Lethane, and Kesterson in the front row.
Meyer to serve, the sophomore. Deep float serve, Hoffman. Capo throwing something out for Hernandez, and they're going to say net violation for Roncalli. This is going to fall on Sean Haverthy, number 33, and 19-12. Heffron back to serve. Nate has had a couple big defensive plays in this set. The senior defensive specialist back to serve. Float serve at the top of the tape. 13-19. And this is starting to lead into one of the better backcourts for Roncalli. But they got to get going something very fast because Lethane is really one rotation away from being out of the game.
That's
and Dial serve goes long. That's not going to help.
time is not on their side, that's for sure, if they're going to have servicers. With Aaron Hernandez back to serve.
Hernandez to serve. Meyer, good pass tight. Bikes tries to take it over. Good dig by Frankie. Hernandez out of the back row, and Sean gets that block. Haverthy finally gets Aaron on that ball, 14-20.
Sean and Aaron played a lot of years of club ball together. They know each other well, so fun to see.
Lethane stays on the court to serve. Hernandez back row. Meyer can't make that dig happen. And now we're at 21-14. So Ermer, who's been going back row for Lethane, kind of waved off there. Keeping him on the court, 21-14. Dial pass, going to the outside. Shanahan, who's been big for the Royals in this third and fourth set, finds another kill for Roncalli. Strawmans, who's been very effective from the service line, down by 6. Roncalli running out of real estate. Heffron with the incessant pass, going out to Hurst. Hurst challenges a block and just really cannot fall on that side, and we are at 22-15. Meyer back on the court in libero position. Hurst back to serve. And that's going to bring Buckler and Moritz back in the front row for Fishers. Hurst. Dial. Opportunity for Shanahan again. Into the block, and that's going to find Hardwood. 23-15.
I don't think there was any question about where that ball was going, and Fisher's block was set up accordingly.
Hurst to serve. That one into the net. Fishers 2 points away from defending their state championship in 2019. In 2020, there was no state champion due to the pandemic. Bikes to serve. Hernandez. Capo. Hernandez. That one will be wide. 17-23. Bikes to serve again. Heffron, Capo going out to Buckler. Buckler, a nice dig by Bikes. Fishers with another opportunity. Back row attack for Hernandez. Lethane with the dig. And that one is going to find the backcourt. 18-23.
Coach Capo a little upset with that previous set by Roncalli. Refs letting the boys play, let the boys decide the game. Good non-call.
Coach Capo calling his first timeout. 23-18, couple points away. You know, Coach, you've been in this situation a few times in your career. What are you telling your kids right now?
If I'm Coach Capo, I'm telling them to stay the course. I'm telling them to trust the process. We've been here. We're a proven team. Remember what we talked about as far as they know where the offense is going to go. It's either going to go to Lethane or Shanahan. So we're going to make sure our block's up, and we're going to set our defense up around that. Trust the process and transition it out.
The final 2 of 31. Fishers, number 2 in the state. Their lone loss comes to Roncalli. That's a little under a month ago. Roncalli has been one of the hottest teams in the state for the last few weeks. The number 1 ranked Royals. Hoffman with the pass. Capo going out to Buckler. Buckler's roll shot into the top of the tape, and now it's just a 4-point game.
Similarly on Roncalli's side, Coach K told his boys the same thing. Trust the process. We've been here before.
Bikes to serve. Hoffman, overpass, and a great reactive play by Bikes. Fishers is going to have an opportunity here. Buckler on the outside into the block. Hernandez with the covered play. Capo having to send it over. Meyer, Bikes, Lethane. Kill. No, Hernandez with a great defensive play. Bikes to Shanahan. Cross-court shot. Another defensive play for the Tigers. Meyer to Lethane. Tipped over the block. Hurst throwing his body out for the ball. Hernandez into the block. Capo with a dig. And they are going to call a lift or a catch and throw. And Coach Capo is not happy about that one. Ball handling calls that are historically judgment calls. Kind of rightfully so. His argument kind of makes sense here if he felt that they're missing a ball handling call early on in the set.
Yeah, I think, we just want to be consistent. And the referees, like I said, they're experienced referees. I didn't see it from his perspective.
And that's kind of the call that they were saying.
I think it was that third contact of taking over the net. I'm not sure how that could have been called, but.
And here we are, 23-20, a run by Roncalli. Hernandez with the pass. Capo having to send it over. Shanahan plays that ball. Bikes, Lethane from the back row. Capo with the block. Here's an opportunity for Fishers. Going to the outside of Buckler. Buckler goes right at Lethane, and it is state championship point for Fishers, and this is bringing Aaron Hernandez back to the front row.
Yeah, Eli's had a definite impact on this game.
Buckler. Capo trying to be back-to-back. Buckler, Lethane with the pass. Going after Shanahan. Down the line, Hoffman with a great dig. Here's a chance for Lethane. Into the block, and Fishers is back-to-back state champions, and your 2021 IBVCA state champions over the top Roncalli Royals in 4 sets.
What a fun match to watch.
And Coach Fishers really was able to fight hard with a lot of things. Great respect for the coaching staff going up there, and a great match. And we are going to cut to a commercial break here. We'll come back to the historic Southport Fieldhouse and recognize your 2021 state champions of Fishers High School.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Whoa. My goodness.
122-60 for Penn. What a swim. 6. 6 of them.
A champion has been crowned for the first time since 2019, and it is the defending state champions, the Fisher Tigers. On paper, it's considered an upset, but Coach, I think everybody thought Fishers was destined to repeat at the start of the year.
Yeah, honestly, it could have gone either direction. They're both solid teams, excellently coached, veteran teams. So that's no surprise. Truthfully, you would have been surprised if either team won. So congratulations to the Roncalli Royals, Coach Kesterson, and their coaching staff. What an exceptional year. And hats off to Fishers. And what an outstanding record. I think one loss the entire season. So very impressive year for them.
And just a really dynamic year for the IBVCA State Championship. We talked a little bit going into the fourth set. This has been one of the more most well-rounded years we've ever had in the state. And I think it's a bright future, especially with both rosters having relatively young kids. They do have a lot of experience, but they have young kids in the roster that are making big impacts. Andrew Meyer for Roncalli, Zach Lewis for Fishers. We should see these guys back here.
Fishers going to graduate a lot of kids. They don't quite have the pipeline that Roncalli has, but it's a well-coached program, and they just produce consistent quality year in, year out. So it wouldn't surprise me at all to see them back in the top half of the top final 8 of the IBVCA next year.
Well, that's going to do it for here, folks. The Fishers Tigers finished the season as the 2021 state champions. And really, this success was built a few years ago as they really have lost one in-state match in 2 seasons. And congratulations to Fishers on this excellent achievement. And we hope to see everyone back here again in 2022 for another IBVCA state championship. From Coach Harmon, I'm Andrew Fuller. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And hopefully we see you guys in person in the near future.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.